Hey everyone. Oh, here's my light now. Maybe you guys are just getting ready for bed. I am going to tag some of our friends. Please feel free to tag your friends. I'd love to help teach them just to keep the algorithm going. I don't know what your plans are for Thanksgiving, but share in the comments section what you guys are planning on doing for the holidays. And to be honest with you, I'm so excited. We are here and we are so excited just to hang out. We got our Christmas stuff done on the inside and then we're going to do the outside stuff in a couple days. Just so excited about the season and being together as a family. So hopefully you guys have some plans and share with all of us what you guys are doing. For all of those who are traveling, I pray that you have safe travels and that everyone has someone to hang out with and to feel loved, because all of you are so special. Okay, let's get started. Hey, we got some friends here. Okay, emotions. We are going to do emotions tonight. I had a class on Friday night and it went really well. I'm really excited and I have to share with you my story of emotions. So there was 12 of us there and I was really excited. I've only taught the emotions class like 3 times. I've used the oils before, but all of a sudden my whole body went into fear mode. My face was turning red. I was super hot and I felt like I was tripping over all my words, emotions, right? So fear. And then thank goodness Rachel was there and said, girl, how many times have you taught a class? And I'm like, I have taught a class 1,000,000 times, but not this one. And I got nervous. I got so nervous. So guess what she gave me? Valor. So I put my Valor on. I actually did it right before I did this. And I just put all over my body and literally within a few minutes, my body started to calm down and I got the courage and the excitement to teach the class. So yay, Rachel, you're on. So the first question I have for you is I want you to think about what emotions you went through today. I wrote some down of emotions that I already had today. I felt sad today. I was excited. I was proud, a proud mama. I was humbled. I was grateful. I was frustrated. I was irritated. I felt loved. And I was concerned. There's many more emotions I went through today, but I'd love to hear what emotions that you guys went through today. Please feel free to keep tagging your friends the way the algorithm. Give me some hearts and thumbs up so we can keep that going on our team as well. So share in the comments what emotions you have. We all have emotions, and guess what? Who knows how many emotions we go through in one day? It's got to be at least 20. Maybe you guys can share how many emotions you've gone through today. But tonight, we're going to talk about how to support them. And maybe you want to share in the comments section what emotion that you really would like to support in your life. And especially with the seasons coming around, maybe it's a happy time for you. Maybe it's a sad time for you to go through Thanksgiving and Christmas or Christmas Eve or the New Year. Maybe that's just not a happy emotion. So I'm hoping that I share something tonight that will help you with the emotions. Well, when I started Young Living, this is how I got into it because of my emotions. I was super stressed, exhausted, just didn't feel like myself for a whole year emotionally after having 5 kids, my husband working, and then my friend put Stress Away on, but it took me like 9 years to allow myself to open my mind and my heart to this product. And I'm so thankful that I listened to my friend who's a massage therapist and put that stress away on me, and I felt peace. And I came home and that's how I jump-started into Young Living, is I put the stress away on me. So maybe Stress Aways worked for you that way, but please share in the comments section as well what oils have helped you with your emotions and what emotions, so we can all help each other. We're a big team that we can help each other. That's what I love about our team. So emotions are a huge thing. And actually, when I was doing my research, I learned about 90% of a lot of our physical issues going to the doctors is due to our emotions. 90%, you guys. So if someone has some kind of disease, or if we're dealing with chronic headaches all the time, we always think, oh, that's my physical illness. But actually, it might be due to your emotions if 90% of that. And that's a research study. So with that, I want to remind you that I'm not an expert. at these, but I will share some stories with you about the emotions. I'm going to keep this to about 25 minutes, our class, but I'm really praying that this will reach out to you. Even though we're not there in person, we get to at least be on this way. So it's so much. Before I get started about essential oils and different products, I wanted to share with you that there are so many different ways that we can release our emotions besides just essential oils. I love everything about Young Living and what they can, but there are other ways to do it. So for me, I'm sure you guys have heard this a million times for me, but exercise is one of the hugest things for me. Please share in the comment section how you release your stress. Maybe it's journal writing. Maybe it's going out and talking to a friend. Maybe it's deep breathing or meditation. Maybe for you, it's going on a walk. I don't know what it is for you to release emotion, but everyone releases their emotions in different ways. And I challenge you to figure that one out. Maybe it's going to see a counselor. I don't know what it may be for you. Everyone's going to release it in different ways, but I know for me, one of the biggest is writing in my journal, talking it out, letting it go, and I've got to exercise really on a daily basis. That really helps me with my emotions. So it's much easier to suppress our emotions than to recognize them, feel them, and process them. Is that how you guys feel? But the ability to recognize, feel, process, and release emotions will enable you to function in a more positive and successful state so that you can live free to create the life that you desire. We learn about and develop emotions from birth through early childhood development and onward, which means that helping children recognize their emotions and learning to process them, and I know I need to be better about that as a mom, is one of the most powerful gifts you can give as a parent or a caregiver, or whether you're a teacher or a friend. This is a great way to help people recognize those emotions and learn how to process them. It also means that if you didn't develop this and utilize effective techniques to process your emotions early on, that's okay. It's not all is lost. You may have some catching up to do, but you can do it. So I'm just going to share some tools that have helped me and things that I have learned from other people. So if you've had some things that have helped you, please share in the comment section so we can help each other. So Gary Young, first I'm going to give you a little bit of science, a little bit of detail about it. So one of the most powerful, I believe is one of the most powerful, and I've researched this as well, our senses, is the power of smell. Through the power of smell, we have a limbic system, and it's the only way that it will get that to us. I'll share with you. It's a system of nerves. So if you put your thumb up on the top of the roof of your mouth and kind of touch the top of your head, that is where the limbic system is, right up in under there. It's a system of nerves and networks in the brain that controls basic emotions and drives. So the emotional brain, that's the only side that's going to get to your emotion. It supports 5 functions: your emotions, your behavior, your motivation, your long-term memory, and your sense of smell. So a lot of times people will smell cedar when it smells different. Well, the smell is always the same. It just depends on how it's going to configure in your limbic system, depending on your experiences. So that's why different oils smell different to different people, because of the emotions that are stored in the memory, and that's how it's configuring up into your sense of smell. Essential oils can be used to tap directly into that limbic system. Isn't that amazing? To stimulate memories and emotions. So if you have good memories, you're going to remember them, and bad memories. So that's why sometimes it can be challenging to work on your emotions. I know I don't always like to work on my emotions. My daughter Bryn, today I was talking to one of my friends who went on the Platinum Retreat. She just got back from Ecuador, and she goes, "You're so emotional, Mom." And I'm like, "Yep, I'm an emotional being." But as you inhale the essential oil, okay, so I've got Valor in my hands. The tiny molecules will enter into the nasal cavity and pass through the olfactory bulb. Then your olfactory bulb is a part of your limbic system, and therefore your response to the aroma is going to be emotional before it can be rational, okay? This is great news because it means that you can use essential oils to recall all those good, bad memories. If they're bad, guess what? You can use release. You can release the memory. So just kind of pretend it's a big trapped emotion, bad memory. You can release it through the essential oil, and you can start new new memories. Isn't that amazing? I have a friend who's used Young Living who was horrifically, every challenge you can go through as a child and every abuse in any way, she went through. And she started using the Feelings Kit. She started using some other essential oils, Young Living, and she was able to release, and it was not easy, correct? Releasing those trapped emotions, all those horrible memories, and she was able to change the bad memories and change them to good memories. That's amazing. So God intends for us to have a happy life, but there's human beings, people make poor choices, but we have the plants here on earth to help us so that we can be happier and be able to release those bad experiences. That's what I think is so amazing about the essential oils. So just like I had a feeling of fear, insecurity, I didn't think I was good enough to teach this class, I put this Valor on. It took that emotion that I had, released it, and I was able to fill it with confidence. That's amazing that something in just a matter of a few minutes can do that. If that's happened to you before, share with us what oil and what it did for you. I love talking about the whole emotions thing. So, Jen O'Sullivan, if you have not listened to her, go to Facebook. She's amazing. She's in California. I've met her a few times. She's a super sweet lady. She was sharing an experience that she would go to classes and people would open up the premium starter kit. You got frankincense in your starter kit. The people would smell the frankincense and like, ew. And then some of her friends would smell the frankincense and be like, oh my gosh, it's so amazing. She realized, and she would ask them, hey, personal question, are you Catholic? And she said, yes. And some of them had negative experience being a Catholic, and some had positive experiences being a Catholic. Whatever memories they had, maybe going to church, maybe it was with the pastor, who knows what it was with. And she started seeing this pattern because they do incense of frankincense in the church. And so that's where she started noticing that. Then she said, some people don't like joy, and she couldn't stand joy because joy had geranium in it. She found out in the 1970s and 80s, they had a perfume that kind of had that smell of geranium. Well, some women liked that smell, probably because they had an emotion that was positive. It was a happy memory. Others, she had a terrible, her parents went through a divorce, so that smell brought bad memories. So that's what those essential oils do, is they trigger different emotions. And you can release, if you have a bad emotion, you can release that bad emotion. I've had it happen to me before, and I'm a believer of it. At first I was like, this is weird, this is hokey pokey, there's no way, this is crazy. But you guys, it works. You got to give it a try if you've never tried it. When I got into essential oils, I was like, whatever, this oil can do this for me, but it really does work. So we come in contact to these smells, and same thing, like when you walk into the house at dinner time and you smell your favorite meal being prepared, your emotion instantly triggers to a fond memory. Either it was a feeling of joy or it was negative. So all those different things are science. So I'm going to talk about just a few of the essential oils. It's the Feelings Kit, and the Feelings Kit is much cheaper to buy all together. It's a Feelings Kit. If you can't do it all at once, you can save your Essential Rewards points. Those are perk being on Essential Rewards, and then you can get it that way. It's $181, I think, for 7 oils. I forgot to count. But as I go through these essential oils, I want to just share with you some things that I have learned from them and what to do with them. And this is how you can help release your emotions and fill your life with more joy and more just peace, whatever kind of emotion you're going through right now. So the first one is, I showed you Valor. Valor comes in the kit, and Deborah Rayburn is actually one of our Royal Crown Diamonds in our team, all the way up far away. But she has shared in her feelings class, one of my friends went to take one of the oils from each feelings kit, from the feelings kit, and do it 1 week at a time, just to kind of introduce your body to it. Now, I've had friends who've done the feelings kit and it's too much for them. They cannot handle how much emotion. So it just depends on where you're at emotionally. So you can take it a little bit at a time, and that's why she recommended to do, one essential oil per week to get your body familiar with it, and maybe you will find yourself crying and being sad. I mean, it's just all different things that you can go through. So with Valor, they also recommend different ways that you can put the essential oils on, putting it on your feet or your spine. And I'm going to share that with you, but can I tell something to you? Follow your intuition. Follow it. Gary Young has said over and over and over to us every time I'm around him, tell your people to follow their intuition. You know yourself better than anybody and follow that instinct. So I don't do it perfectly and it still works for me. That's what I want to tell you. So with Valor, I typically will put it on my heart, my temples, behind my neck. It doesn't really matter where you put it because your body's going to absorb it anyways. But there are chakras and different ways that you can do it that you can find even more powerful experience for you. Now, Valor, they recommend to put the soles on your feet. And if you don't have Valor, another option, we were out of Valor for a while, always have highest potential on hand. They're very similar, so I like to tag team both of these. I don't think this one comes in the kit, but I would highly recommend putting this on hand, highest potential. If you have it, can I tell you, Valor, it smells like grapes to me. Does it smell like grapes to anybody else? I told my husband it doesn't smell like grapes to him, but I'm telling you, it's like the happiest grapes to me. Highest potential does not smell like that to me. Has a little bit more sweeter undertone. It has a little bit more white angelica smell to me. But have that on hand, and then it will help balance your emotions. And what he wants you to do is you'll wake up more self-assured for Valor and more alive to start the day. Like I already shared with you my experience, Valor is for confidence, for courage. And you can use it, if you're struggling with self-esteem issues. Harmony. I remember when I first got Harmony, guess what? This is what I got scanned with. This is when I really struggled. Lori Ann Powell is one of our leaders, our platinum leaders. And she scanned me and I scanned for Harmony. And why? My whole life was chaotic. I never felt at peace. It was like crazy with my 5 little kids running around, my husband working. He was a bishop at our church. It was just, So guess what? I diffused Harmony and I didn't really like the smell of it. I like it now. But I would just put Harmony and then the diffuser and also on my heart when I just started feeling so anxious, and it helped me so much. So Harmony, I'll tell you the prices, but Harmony is $71.75 for a 15 ml. These are all wholesale prices. So it is much cheaper to get it in the kit because it's $181 for all of these oils. But this is what I like to diffuse on Sundays. It's very calming. All of us are home, spending time together. But it says massage 1 drop of Harmony on each of the energy points of your body. There's 7 of them. So there's 7 different ones, and I'll share the notes with you, but I'm not going to take time to go through all of that. But what it does is it activates your nervous system. So it's your sympathetic nervous system. It kind of helps calm you down. And that's what I've noticed, what it's done for me. Now, Gary Young, he says, the biggest sin is not having confidence in yourself. He said, he who lacks confidence lacks life. So I challenge you to say affirmations. I've mentioned it several times, but I started affirmations last year and I've seen a huge difference in my 2 little boys who say it every day, and I say it with them. We say, I am kind, I am grateful, I am happy with my life, I am handsome. My little boys would say that. And they go through about 30 of them a day in the morning right after they eat breakfast, and I say it with them, and it's speaking life over them, which of course I thought, oh, this is so weird. But I've done it and I've seen power in it. So if you don't feel like you have Harmony in your life, you can put the Harmony on your, put it in your hands. I ran out. I need more. Harmony, say, I am happy with my life. I am at peace. Whatever is opposite of how you truly are feeling, the more you say it, your body will start believing it because you're speaking that vibration out loud. And then you got the frequencies to start elevating your emotions. So that's what's so powerful. Next is forgiveness. Here it is. Maybe it's to forgive someone, or maybe it's to forgive yourself. Maybe you're struggling with forgiving yourself, something that you did, or you're holding it onto you. Sometimes you won't even know you have a trapped emotion. I'll go through that in a minute when I tell you about release, but this is $54 for a 5 ml. They say to put a drop on your navel, right hand clockwise several times, and think of situations where you need to forgive yourselves or others. A lot of times we beat ourselves up more than anybody else for mistakes. And this will help release that trapped emotion that you may not even know that you have. And then just start following what's coming to your mind. It's going to be work, you guys. This is work. But I guarantee you'll be a much happier person, and your quality of life will be so much better when you start releasing that. Maybe you're dealing with pains and struggles and chronic. It could be because those trapped emotions are inside you. Okay, the next one is Present Time, and it's $89 for a 5 ml. As you notice, all of these are purple. These are all emotional ones. And guess what I typically put in my kids' diffusers and put on their beds, and what I put on me? Emotional oils. Present time is where we live too much in the past or we dwell in the future, okay? We're not being productive if we're not in the present time. So I had a friend who would use this every single day to help her just not, she was a worrier. So all she did was worry about life and the future, and she would dwell on the past. She started doing this every day, and she's realized that she was able to focus more on the present time. Maybe that's something that you struggle with. But you can put it in the palm of your hand, and then you apply it to your thymus, which is the gland just under your sternum or your breastbone, okay? That's where you can put it. You can also put it behind your ears and on your wrists. Wherever, like I said, helps you with that. I like to also put this in the diffuser when I'm going to work or when my kids come home to help me focus on being on present time. How many of you are addicted to your phones, or maybe you're addicted to watching shows or whatever, and being present with the people that you love? Present time has helped me with that. The next one is release. Now I have a story for release. Like I said, I didn't even know that I had emotion that was trapped. All I know is for a couple days I was edgy, I was ornery, and I just didn't know what to do. So guess what I did? I put release on, and then I put it on the diffuser, and then I went into my room and I just wept. Like I had no idea. I had my little crying session, and then I started praying. I didn't even know what was bothering me. And then I finally realized what the issue was. And I was able to release it, you guys. That's what's so powerful about the plants of the earth that God gave us to help us release those emotions. So I'm huge into the essential oil release. I will warn you, some people are like, this is too much for me. Well, then just tone it down and do 1 drop, and maybe you have to, slow your pace down. But for 15 ml, it's $39.25. That's weird. I thought it was more than that. I'm out of this one too. But negative energy goes into the blood, and then it goes to the liver. So if you have liver issues, it could be that you're carrying a lot of anger. Maybe it's anger from the past. Maybe it was anger that someone bothered you at age 5. I don't know. But your body knows, and this will help you kind of cleanse this. But a lot of people who deal with some emotional trauma, this will help them release it. And release kind of frustration if you feel like you're edgy or ornery. A lot of times we get sick because we're dealing with all those trapped emotions. So release is a great one. And then the last one is inner child. So maybe you've had a happy childhood, and maybe you've had a sad childhood. But all children, this is what Gary Young says, when you find your inner child, you find your true self. What I'm talking about is not more your past memories, but what a child is. A child is fun and happy and carefree, and they don't worry. And children are creative, and they use their imagination. He says, when you are a child, all things are possible. You believe in yourself. Sorry, my knees are bad. What's my time? Oh boy. Okay, so you find your true self. So you can take a pad. I know this sounds weird, but you take a drop, and then you tap it, and you walk backwards to reverse that memory with your inner child. Try it. I've done it. It really does bring out this little perky side. My girlfriend was really stressed about with all her kids, and she would do this every day. And by a couple days, she started like feeling like herself, like, oh my gosh, I want to play a game. Let's go jump in the pool. Like she just felt like she was a kid again. And sometimes we get so serious on life and we carry a lot of burdens that we just need to find that inner child. So this is a great one. And I told you about Valor. So that's the Feelings Kit. I told you about how it's purple. The last thing I wanted to say, if you want to Google on our team page about the 30 days to change your life, Gary Young, it's called Gary Young Great Protocol. And Gina Jocelyn on our team did a great video on it. Just type in Great Day Protocol or Gary Young, you'll find it. But all it is using White Angelica, Joy, Valor, and Harmony. And then he tells you how to use it. And you can use it on it every day. If you feel like you're just sad every day, or you just are having a really hard time, that's a great one to do. I have my Joy. So these are separate. You do have to purchase. The Joy and White Angelica are awesome to help kick off those negative energies, and Joy just to help elevate your frequencies. And that was the last thing I wanted to talk to you about, is the power of frequencies and vibrations. Okay, so everything has energy. It has a vibration. Musical instruments have vibrations. Well, and these things have frequencies. All plants and earth has frequencies. When we're sad and we're down, our frequencies are low. If this has a high frequency in it, guess what it's going to do? It's going to elevate you. Whether you like it or not, it's going to elevate you. So I always tell people when they're not feeling good emotionally, they're not feeling good physically, get those oils on you and elevate it and get it as high as you can. Maybe you need more than 2 drops or 3 drops. And that's what you can do. That's the power of having, you can increase your frequency and your vibration. But you can go outside. You can ground and put your feet in the ground. Yeah, try that in the snow. You can dance. You can sing. All of those different things are going, be with an animal. Those things will increase your vibration and your frequency. So just wanted to recap that class. I hope this helped you. The Feelings Kit is amazing. I know that when you do the work, it's worth it. So have an awesome Thanksgiving. I'm super excited about the Black Friday promos, and have a great evening. Oh, you know what I was going to tell you? I forgot about the books. I'll put links to these, but I shared this at my class. This is an awesome book on Amazon. It's called Heal Your Body by Louise Hay. She also has another one called You Can Heal Your Body. Oh, thank you for the hearts. I'm glad you love Joy at White Angelica. We did a class this summer on conquering toxic emotions, and it comes with the workbook. You can buy that on Amazon. No, that you can't buy on Amazon. I'll give you the links after. This is another great one, Inner Transformations. And I just let a friend borrow another emotions book. I'll have to find that link. And the last one, this is awesome, Releasing Emotions, Patterns with Essential Oils. These are the books that I have that have helped me. I've read them. And I know that as you invest in yourself, you're going to be able to have a better quality life, and you'll be able to help others. So thank you for listening, and please share this with your friends, tag them in it, and let them know about this. Have a great evening.